You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I'm talking about Shawty going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the bed. Man made the car. Carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7 Omega. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Make them happy because man make them dark. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man
water is back on. Greetings, Black family. Thank y'all for tuning into this Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced Season 3, Season 8, Episode 3 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced in conjunction with Shabaka'S Frontline Black News. And he is going live right now, so let's see what's happening over on the blog talk. Shout out to the viewers. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Frontline Campaign, Frontline Black News. Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced is live right now.
Welcome to Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced.
Yeah, I think they're messing with us again on the blog talk.
There, this episode, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm gonna try to call in.
16th,
So bear with me.
2024. And as you know,
feel free to call in. The number is 516-418-5996. Yeah, that's Shabaka. Shout out to Deacon and Twin.
What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, hey there, Shabaka. Just listening. Thank you.
Okay, all righty. Okay, yeah, we appreciate you listening and thank you so very much. Okay, all righty. And then when you want to talk, just press 1 and we'll unmute your mic. Okay, thank you so very much for joining us. Yes, sir. Okay.
Will do.
So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, okay, as we all Martin Luther King's birthday yesterday. Okay, pulling up Wikipedia here.
Today is my birthday.
He was born January 15th, 1929. Okay, he was a Baptist activist and political philosopher who was one of the most prominent leaders in the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination in 1968. Now, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, okay, there's a difference between the civil rights movement and the Black empowerment era. When we speak of our next figures,
the first,
was Dr. King's day. He would have been, I believe, 95. Okay, well, anyway, reading more data, right? Okay, and this is Wikipedia. Okay, and okay, all right, and his father, Martin Luther King Sr., also too had backed his son as well too. Okay, now King advanced civil rights, quote unquote, people of color. We do not use that term. We're just going to simply state what it is for Black people. And in the United States, through the use of nonviolent resistance and nonviolent civil disobedience against Jim Crow laws and other forms of discrimination in the United States. Dr. King participated in that march for the right to vote, desegregation, and other civil rights. He oversaw the 1955.
Lady Che, I'm on the line.
All right, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had the green screen shuts everything down. The green side. My fault. Welcome to Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced via StreamYard. Can Shabaka hear me in the studio? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, people. Please be patient. We're dealing with technical difficulties on both ends. All 3 ends right now. Everything's running kind of semi-smooth over here. However, it's looking like the algorithms are fucking with us immediately. It just crashed my shit, just kind of stalled out the radio, the blog talk. I don't hear Shabaka at all on his end. I'm in the studio. And Jesse, can you thank you Twin. Thank you, Deacon. I see you fellas. We just lost Jesse real quick. Thank God I'm in here. Let's see. I'm just kind of floating around. Keep talking, family. I can't hear anybody. I can't hear Shabaka at all through the radio. And so for some reason, Amapondo, or excuse me, African Sunset stopped, and I don't know what's cracking with that. Thank you, fellas. Thank you for constantly coming in here and supporting Frontline Black News, Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, and of course, obviously, the Revolutionary Agenda. We are so grateful, so thankful. I'm holding it down right now so that Jesse can come back in. Guess what, family? Today is his C day. Today is his born day. He is 37. Jesse is. And it is also our 3rd year anniversary. I just submitted. I would say it was our 4th. However, it was a no-win battle. So I submitted and now just go along with the program. It is our 3rd. So it is our 3rd year anniversary of I and Jesse being a partnership. And it has been a very difficult year for both of us on all kinds of levels, and we've managed to keep it together. Hold on, let me let Jesse in real quick. We managed to keep it together, but it's been the hardest year of our relationship, I would say. So we're still together. 3rd year, like I submitted, so 3rd year. I would say 4 years if you know. But I've submitted, so now it's the 3rd year of our partnership, and we did some renewing of some promises for each other. This relationship is probably the most important of my life. It says Jesse is saying it's saying he's not connected. Should I call in on the direct connect? Hold on.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Shabaka.
Should I direct connect? It's not. It's saying I'm the host. It says I can be the host. Should I just?
Shabaka.
Let me direct connect, Jesse.
All right, try it.
All right. Let me see. So anyway, hold on a second. Hold on.
It says there's no hope.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm currently the host right now. Can you hear me? Anybody who's in the you have to mute somewhere. Mute yourself on a StreamYard or Blog Talk or something. Shabaka. Okay. Shabaka, can you hear me? I'm in the studio under the direct connect. We have a caller calling in, or who's 522 720 522 6470. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you through the Blog Talk. Yeah. And we have is that you also on the 111? Okay. So let me just open up Blog Talk real quick, and let me open up Blog Talk. Mute yourself, please. They can hear me on Blog Talk and StreamYard. All right. Welcome to Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. Those calling in on Blog Talk Radio. My name is Lady Che, aka Seduction Doll, via other programs. I am standing in just for a brief moment till we get Shabaka back on the horn, and or Jesse Paris, which is the co-host and executive producer of this beautiful little broadcast we got going on here. Now today, which is also brother Che Nkrumah's birthday, and him our third anniversary, we are going to be talking about MLK and Ali. On this episode, in season 8, episode 3 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, today is our co-executive producer and co-host, Che Nkrumah's 37th birthday. And like I said, myself and him, Lady Che's third year anniversary. We will be having an open mic discussion of two of the most controversial figures of the mid 20th century, Muhammad Ali, Martin Luther King Jr., and we will be discussing their lives and their impact on world history. Please call in with your questions, comments, and concerns. We will also be semi-casting through StreamYard on Frontline Black News and the Revolutionary Agenda and Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced via the Facebook group, YouTube, and Facebook and YouTube. Today's showtime is 1/16/2024, 6 p.m., and we're going for 120 minutes. Thank you for those calling in and future callers, and those who are watching on the StreamYard. We thank you. I'm going to host until Shabaka brings himself back in, along with Just Paris or Che Nkrumah. Excuse me. Happy birthday, Che Nkrumah. Today's 37th born day, so we are extremely enlightened. I wanted to have an all black event. However, the weather was extremely detrimental to us here in the city of Denver. We got to give them a little hell at city council. So I'm going to go ahead. If you can hear me, I'm pretty sure you guys will. I'm going to go ahead and ask Che Nkrumah, who is streaming on StreamYard, who is also listening to our Blog Talk Radio production. How is your C-Day going, young man? Okay, let's see. Okay, he dropped out, but hopefully you could hear Blog Talk. Feel free, callers, to call in. The chat room is always open, but go ahead and feel free to call in. Jesse Paris, Che Nkrumah on StreamYard. How is your born day going? Okay, did I lose you too here? Let's see. Okay, well, given what I've seen, it's been kind of rough and bumpy all day. Currently, it's been a rough and bumpy day, but I would say that I'm excited for Che Nkrumah's C-Day. Very, very excited. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Go ahead, caller, 720-522. Go ahead, Jesse. You should be, your mic should be available. Go ahead, sir. How's your C-Day going? Hello? Caller. 720-522-6470. Your mic is free. Go ahead and speak. Yeah, how's your born day going? Huh? Oh God. Okay, it's kind of choppy, baby. I would say from the outside looking in, it's kind of. I know that it could be better. It could have been better, but the weather would not permit. It's been a snowy, blustery day. Oh my God, because let's see. I'm having trouble over here in the at the dollhouse. Real quick. Just don't nobody whoever is in the call. In blog. the realm, the computer's trying to do other things with because of this. Can you hear me? It looks like okay. I'm just gonna keep talking. Um, from this point, this perspective, I really wished we could have give Jesse um, a more appealing C day. What in the fuck? Your episode has ended. Ooh. Okay. All right, family. For some reason, Blog Talk has decided to pull some fuck shit and totally cut us off. Which is why they owe us money. Which is why they owe us money. And best believe, everybody who's black and empowered who runs a Blog Talk is on their helmet, and that includes us. We're gonna wait till Jesse comes back in on the StreamYard, and hopefully, um, Shabaka will pop in here too. And so, chatters, thank you. Chatters, what's going on with you guys while we kick it and wait for them to pop back in? Um, we are, let's see, and we'll go right here. Um, I threw that up there in case anybody wants to gift the young black man some birthday bread, so he can take care of some very important pertinent needs. That would be most gracious of you if you decided you wanted to do that. I'm gonna let that run for a brief minute. Um, for some odd reason, Blog Talk's being a hater. um, So it's been cold. If you're not in Colorado, then you have no idea how cold it really is. I was thankful that my handsome individual decided to pop in and let me steal his heat from him. I have no body heat whatsoever, so I was thankful that he came over and uh, put up with me for a couple of days. It could be challenging dealing with somebody who's constantly sick and cranky and uncomfortable in their own body. So, um, as you know, I got a heart condition and am an active heart failure. So, the pain is excruciating and the lashing out is inevitable. Although there has to be some sort of checking within myself. So, I had some coming to light moments, and apologies. And if you ever received an apology from me, uh, I don't apologize often because I really feel like sometimes I'm not wrong. However, who gets the most apologies is Jesse, and it actually comes with actual tears. So I was kind of having some really cranky, ugly moments earlier in the weekend because I was uncomfortable. I'm in pain. I'm cranky. I can't. Sometimes I can't manage my own pain. Um, However, today was his C day, so it's been all about him. Um, and I was lucky that we got a chance to go on city council and let him have it. Um, and we kind of, since we advocate mostly for black citizens or black residents here in Denver, we gave it to them hard and heavy, um, and made sure that they understood that this immigration process is not on us, and that they need to be taking care of the black residents here. So naturally I'm accustomed to being the villain. Um, so it is also our anniversary, and we uh, I guess there's always challenges as a strong black man, and when you are with somebody as fair as I, who it gets hard, you know what I mean? So, I have to always um I want it to be okay, you know what I mean? Because the ostracizing sometimes from our own people, it gets heavy. Um although I say this, I I fight very hard for a lot of things, and one of those things is to make sure that we're good. So uh, I you can't be this fair and be fighting us being pro-black on everything that we do and not take into consideration some of the traumas that go along with with him. You know what I mean? So gotta take that into consideration too. Um, Other than that, it's been a hard little couple of days. I've been, like I said, kind of not my usual self, I guess. um, it's been a real struggle since the campaign ended, and to find footing now, like with what we're doing, we realize that a lot of things that we do as far as activism now, people have perverted it to where it's almost photo ops. I'm just talking till he gets back in here. It's like photo ops, and we see that activism is standing up for people, especially black people, from our black activists and church folk. It's kind of null and void. Kind of not. They're kind of not doing their part, and I personally want to leave the black church alone because I see the hypocrisy in it all. Hey, welcome back. I was just talking
Yeah,
about. I was
they
talking
put the
about.
plug on the blog talk.
They did. They did. Yes, I was telling the people about that. But that's why they owe us money, and we're gonna get our money back. Like that's not just us, but any other black empowered podcasts too that we fraternize with. Um, I was telling the people about taking accountability for some of the
Oh, Shabak's on his way over.
yeah, about some of the ostracizing that you go through because of me being so fair skinned, and that it's kind of like a hard thing sometimes, you know, uh, it's a hard thing because uh, it causes conflict. That's what I was saying, and I gotta constantly make sure that we're okay and still listen to the concerns. That's what I was talking about. So, do you want to add to that while we're sitting here waiting for Shabaka?
Yes, colorism, and it exists within all non-white people. I guess it exists against with white people too. But yeah, definitely in the black community, it's really
I was
bad. See, it's too dark.
Yeah, I
It's
was
usually
telling
a
about how you go through it too. With
white face.
I was telling the people how you go through it a lot. You went through it a lot. Since we were talking about our anniversary, I was talking about the anniversary. How you went through it, you go through it a lot, and a lot of things that you lost based on the fairness of my state, and not that I was pro black or black first or anything like that. It was because of my ambiguous looks and my shading.
Yeah,
And you want to talk about that? That's what I was gonna say, because we had to renew some shit because cause conflicts within us. Um, Sometimes, you know what I mean. Not all the time. Sometimes.
yeah, within certain circles. Um, yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's a shame that people can't see people for who they are, but they let like you said, they let the complexion fool them or deflect the message. And it's like it don't matter if you light or dark, as long as you're getting the message of black empowerment, black first out, it shouldn't matter. But in 2024, it still apparently matters. Okay, that's Shabaka.
Okay, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, okay,
Hold
can
on
you
one
hear me?
second. Hold on one second, Shabaka. Let me just finish this thought real fast. We're welcoming Shabaka onto his own program, but just one second, Shabaka. I say that because when we first got together, me and Jesse, like I like Jesse for I like just like he there's many facets of one person, right? Um, I liked him because he was like me, and we got along pretty fucking good. The thing is that because of my shading and my ambiguous looks, which I'm not really apologizing for. I actually love me, so it does get to me sometimes. But he lost a lot behind it, and there's a lot of ostracizing that went with it that I couldn't believe, and that I would be like, well, if with that being said, if they're gonna do that, then they really aren't your friend anyway. You know what I mean? Because that's how I felt. It was because I'm like psychic for real, and actually a forward visual person. So I see things coming a mile away, or I can tell by a person's energy. I know when they're lying. It's just good at a lot of shit. However, that didn't take away from my from my complexion and the fact that people had a thought process of that I must be under I must be reaping a reward that's given to privileged folk, and that's not the case at all. He had to see it firsthand, and he experienced it. Whereas constant negativity in regards to me, like I can't get shit done. You know what I mean? Unless he helps me, and I really depend. I really like almost the majority of our relationship. I depend on him to losing friends and people that he worked with. It weighs heavy on my soul because who wants to be responsible for that? Because other people he can't get past it. When the real message is what I'm doing is God's work, and for the betterment of for my family, um, regardless. You know what I mean? For Black people that live in the Americas, because I'm so it was a lot. It was a lot because they thought they away or pushed me aside that they could pull some wool over his eyes or keep him in a shaded place of doing whatever they want him to do. In reality, a man as a man sees me to a certain
We lost Lady Che. I don't know what just happened. Shabaka, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Okay, so what it is?
got kicked off the stream yard. Lady Che will be back. I don't know what just happened, but she should be right back.
Okay. All right. So what's happening is with us, brother Chaz, Blog Talk is playing games with us again, is because we were talking perhaps about two of the most controversial figures of the 20th century, and their birthdays were 2 days apart from each other, and your birthday is in between them both. Okay.
Yep.
So, as we were saying about Dr. King, one thing about Dr. King, who I will always respect for, is that he did realize his mistake. He realized that integration was a mistake, okay, and he owned up to it. And then, of course, the young man, his life was cut short at the age of 39. The same thing with Malcolm X. His birthday was cut short. So for the say that again.
That's 2 years away from me.
Yes, sir. Yeah, without a doubt. Okay. Now, another individual that we have to pay respect for and his birthday is tomorrow. And that there was the guy who was in this corner from Louisville, Kentucky, the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali. He is
Ali
the
Bone.
quickest way to, yeah, Ali Boumaye, 1974. I was 15 years of age when he regained the heavyweight crown,
Welcome back, Lady
which
K.
was wrong. Okay, Lady
I'm
J
sorry,
is back.
Shabaka. I'm sorry, Shabaka. I was just carrying on for a minute. Welcome back to your own platform. Sorry about the blog talk. I think they're hating on us, and that's why we're going for their money. Shabaka.
Oh yeah, oh yes, ma'am,
We've been
absolutely.
looking
That's
forward.
exactly what it is.
We've been looking forward to
I'm sorry.
this conversation you're about to enlighten us with. We've been looking forward to it all day.
Oh yes, ma'am, and thank you so very, very much. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize, with our blog talk episode. So they pulling their shenanigans up there. I did send the StreamYard link to a few people. And however, they can look at it on the like page of Facebook of Shabaka'S Blacc Experienced Enhanced. Okay, it's because we're live up there as well too. Okay, hey twin, what's going on? How you doing? Okay, all righty. So 100, 100, 100. Yes, sir. Okay. Deacons of Reality. Okay. Che and Lady Che. Thank you, Deacon, for joining us, man. Shabaka. Yes, sir. Okay, so we're talking about Dr. King, okay, who was born 2 years, I'm sorry, 2 days before the heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali. Okay, now the reason why we are mentioning Muhammad Ali is because he too was against the war in Vietnam. It was an unjust war. Dr. King had spoke out about the war in Vietnam. Now, anytime that, from what I understand, research of what I did, where you had a president, the one who succeeded Kennedy, whose in-laws had owned a lot of stock in Bell helicopters, and a lot of them were blown up during the Vietnam War. Connect the dots. You tell me. War is big business, and Dwight D. Eisenhower did mention in his speech after he left office before Kennedy was sworn in, be very, very leery of the military industrial complex. So you had a whole lot of people over there in Vietnam that died unnecessarily. You had a whole lot of people over there who were drafted, who were persecuted, who were speaking against this unjust war. You had a whole lot of people, that died in the riots against it as well too. And whereas we all know, as that the Black Panthers had went on a rampage, okay, after Dr. King was assassinated. You see what I mean? Also, too, is old J. Edgar Hoover had declared the Black Panther Party public enemy number one. Okay, J. Edgar Hoover, was rumored that he himself was a practicing homosexual, which is his business, and his lover was a dude by the name of Clyde Tolson, but that's their business. We're trying to stay politically correct on that. Okay. But the sad part about it is Dr. King, who I will always respect for, is that he admitted his mistake that he led our people into a burning house with integration. Okay, so you would have to respect a man like that. Also, too, Dr. King was under a lot of stress. Dr. King was constantly getting death threats. The heavyweight champion of the world who refused induction into the war in Vietnam in April of 1967, Dr. King stood in solidarity with him. Although Dr. King said that Mr. Muhammad Ali has a religion that we don't pretty much understand, but you have to respect Muhammad Ali for his moral character and fortitude. And then, as Dr. Ali, as Mr. Ali had stated, that ain't no Viet Cong ever called me a nigger. Ain't no Viet Cong ever raped our women and lynched our men and killed our babies. The white man in America is my enemy. And those were the words of Muhammad Ali. He was hated everywhere that he went, okay, but he was loved everywhere that he went. Howard Cosell had supported him, who was a sportscaster at ABC Sports. Muhammad Ali did give a title shot to a guy by the name of Ernie Terrell. And Ernie Terrell had stated that his name was, well, we're not going to disrespect Mr. Ali's memory with that, but we all knew what the name of the slave trader was who owned his family. Okay, so what had happened was at the weigh-in, okay, is that, and I always remember, is that when it comes to boxing, particularly in championship fights, is that the champion always weighs in first. Okay, so the champion had weighed in, and Terrell had said, tell what's his name to get off the scale for the next heavyweight champ. And Mr. Ali, okay, had stated that you're going to say my name and you will announce it right now, even if I have to put you on your back. And Ali slapped him. Okay. So then Ali told the press is that that he's not going to knock him out. He's going to punish him. And for 15 rounds, Mr. Ali had beat Terrell to a pulp. And this is where you hear the classic line of "What's my name?" Yes, Lady Che, go ahead.
I pulled up some of his greatest moments. Can I play it?
Oh, you put up some of Ali's greatest moments?
Yeah.
Okay, perhaps the greatest video that you want to show of him is when he arrives in Africa.
Okay, well, I could change it.
Yeah. Okay, no, but put up some of his greatest moments. Okay, let's see what you got, Lady Che. Let's see what you're working with.
All right. Okay. Oops.
This is the legend of Cassius Clay, the most beautiful fighter in the world today.
What should people tell their kids who Muhammad Ali was?
Clay is lightning fast.
He was a tremendous bolt of lightning.
I am the greatest.
Muhammad Ali.
Of all
In the
time.
middle of America's darkest night, in the heart of its most threatening gathering storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cassius Marcellus Clay. He's young, he's handsome.
They know it.
He's a poet, and many people believe he'll be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
He was leaning back and away from punches.
Cassius Clay, you gotta remember, is the greatest fighter that ever lived, in and out of the ring.
Will unquestionably be the toughest fighter that Clay has been in with so far.
Created by Mother Nature out of thin air. A fantastic combination of power and beauty.
And he combined that velocity with the power of a heavyweight.
War is sent to the canvas again by a variety
Greatest of all time.
He did things nobody would do. He predicted the round that he would knock somebody out, and then he would do it.
Clay wins by a 4th round knockout, as predicted.
He was the first available superstar.
And that guy he just knocked out right there was Archie Moore. And Archie Moore helped pick George Foreman up off the canvas in Zaire in 1974.
Publicity it brought. And what did the publicity equal? A larger and larger presence on the American stage.
Sonny Liston, I watched him here in the gym a few months ago. He was here to fight Howard King. And he can hit a guy in the elbows and just about break his arm.
Liston was a virtually invincible, just a dreadnought of a fighter. Liston was a great fighter. I seen him knock out a guy's teeth one night. It's the truth, no baloney. Hit him so hard, he
Sonny was a beast.
And the teeth went with the mouthpiece. And he had this very forbidding and intimidating, utterly.
I like Muhammad Ali.
That's when he knocked out Floyd Patterson.
He was so powerful. Honest to God, when he jabbed you, it was the same as punching somebody. You know?
I had no dreaming idea that he could win that fight. I didn't give him a chance in hell.
I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
He was a 22-year-old by the name of Cassius Clay. Liston, almost the first time he hits him, could be 1, perhaps 2,
I'll take one.
I look for Liston to win in 3 rounds. I like Liston in about 1 to 3 rounds.
He was perfect for television. He was the provocateur, which is what TV wanted.
As we got near to the fight, a new fella showed up, Malcolm X.
Ali's interface with the counterculture and the beginnings of his huge socio-political presence.
If he were made to realize how black people really feel and how fed up we are without that old compromise and sweet talk.
As if he hadn't put enough pressure on himself, Cassius Clay decided to announce that morning he had joined the white
Believe it or
Muslim
not,
religious
ladies and
and
gentlemen,
popular
that
militant
speech
group.
that Malcolm X was giving there in Los Angeles in 1962, I was there. I was 2 years old. Believe it or not.
For real?
Yes, for real.
I had it on mute. I was going to say, for real, Shabaka? And I was on mute.
Yes, for real.
Damn. I missed
That was May 1962 in Los Angeles. I was 2.
Damn. Right. All right. Let's carry on. That's fucking crazy.
That was a polarizing moment that Cassius Marcellus Clay was going to be Muhammad Ali, and we'd never seen anything like that.
You know how great I am. I don't have to tell you about my strategy. Let my trainer tell you. Bodine, come here. Bodine, tell him, what are we going to do? You're going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Ah, rumble, young man, rumble. Ah. That will be the biggest outback in the...
By the time the Liston weigh-in took place, it was in agreement with the boxing people that we should get serious.
It's the morning of February 25th, the day of the big fight. Now we'll see the craziest weigh-in in all boxing history.
You don't want to make Sonny mad. Sonny's bad enough when he's not mad. And I agreed to that all the way up, and then he hit the door.
Clay said anybody would have to be afraid of a crazy man.
It was all part of young Clay's master plan.
Cassius was smart, and he was clever. And he could get on the Liston's skin more so than anybody ever.
I saw Sonny Liston a few days ago, Cash.
Ain't he ugly? He's too ugly to be the world champ. The world champ should be pretty like me.
Well, he told me to bet my life that you wouldn't go 3 rounds.
Well, if you want to lose your money, then bet on Sunday.
Then bet on Sunday.
Somebody who was whistling past the graveyard, somebody who had to be scared, who was trying to, keep his courage up before he was destroyed.
I felt that Sonny Liston was going in and squash this boastful, braggartly kid like an ant.
All set now. World heavyweight boxing title on the line.
Just the anticipation of my father thinking that Ali was going to get killed literally by Sonny Liston, because that is what people thought.
The real drama around this fight was whether this hysterical man-child was going to lose his nerve, whether he was going to show up, and whether he was going to get killed.
Very slippery.
Greatest of all time, greatest athlete, ambassador, human being of all time.
The challenger is jabbing hard.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Look at the guy yawning. Tell us what you think at the end of one.
You look at the videos, or there's documentaries, there's movies, and it's hard to sum him up because you could do documentaries on different parts of his life.
Sonny wobbles. Sonny wobbles. Cassius has him hurt. Sonny has a big mouth below his left eye. And he's getting hit with all the punches.
Yeah, he whooped his ass.
So I get him down, I get the sponge, and I pour the water into his eyes, trying to cleanse whatever's there. Before I did that, put my pinky in his eye, and I put it into my eye. It burned like hell. There was something caustic in both eyes. Joe Polino had used Moncel solution on that cut, and my kid, sweating profusely, went into both eyes. What the heck, let's face it, biggest fight of his life, and he's blind. He can't see.
Joe's eyes, his eyes are bothering him. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't know exactly what happened. They're yelling from Cassius Clay's corner. Something got in his right eye.
Ali at 199 pounds was just not a full body heavyweight at that point. Well, Sonny Liston was probably 220.
No, first place, you ignorant motherfucker. Ali weighed in at 206 for the fight. Boy, I wish you no good bastard to get your goddamn fat straight. Ali's weight was 206. He took the scale at 206. No, I'm sorry, 209. I stand corrected.
Easy target. Cassius, awkwardly fast. Good long left lead.
In the 6th round, when Lister went back to the corner, Lister was a beaten man.
What do you think is going on in Sonny's mind at this point?
Well, I think that they feel now that Clay have all the confidence he needs and go on to defeat Sonny.
Cassius Clay.
Well, I don't know who Clay was.
He's looking over my shoulder. He's looking over my shoulder. He got up. We win.
Yeah, he put the work in on him.
Yeah, what'd you say, Shabaka? You don't recognize him?
Okay, yeah, Sonny Liston got his ass whooped. Okay, and the bastard who was sitting up there talking about Ali's weight, Mr. Ali had weighed in at 209 pounds for that fight, not 190. And what you could do, you can go on a site called BoxRec, where they got a listing of all the championship fights, and you could pull it up, and they do have their weights listed on there as well. And then, too, ladies and gentlemen, Blog Talk, and it's bullshit. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll discuss that there later. Okay, it's because we did have a caller into Blog Talk, and we apologize to him. Is because, like I said, the connection just collapsed. Okay. Alrighty. And then, too.
You said you wanted me to look up the one where he's in Africa?
Yes, in Africa. That there was October 30th, 1974. And really, if you can pull it up, is to pull up, okay, wait a minute, I'm going back from memory, Lady Che. Is when he arrived in Zaire, of what it was called at the time, Zaire. And, you want to show his arrival at the airport is where the people there were chanting Ali Boumaye, meaning Ali kill him. And it was just incredible. It really was incredible. It's my birthday or C-Day, okay, for Brother Che and Lady Che's 3rd anniversary. Well, congratulations to you all. And then also, too, there was a news conference that Ali had given at his hotel, I believe, where he had stated that, no, we are not brothers. Brothers don't take their brothers and castrate them and cut their private parts off and put them off in their mouth, and that's real talk. Ali and Jack Johnson, yeah, Ali and Jack Johnson. And then when the dump, as in human shit, pardon Jack Johnson, believe it or not, okay, Trump had made the statement is that you would have think that Ali would have been pardoned not Ali, that Jack Johnson would have been pardoned in the previous administration, meaning Obama. Yep, that's him in Africa.
Ali Boumaye chant going right from the get-go. He was the hero. The other guy was the enemy. George was the enemy.
So by fight time, I doubt that there were more than a handful of people in Zaire who weren't rooting for Ali.
And that's what they did. Yeah.
First round. A lot of good-looking motherfucking people out there, man.
Oh, yeah, it was a full house. Most definitely, it was a full house. And then the thing is that the whole world thought that George Foreman was going to destroy Muhammad Ali. And believe it or not, people, that I had predicted that Muhammad Ali was going to beat George Foreman by a knockout.
What was the
believe
other
it or not. Okay, if you could find a clip where he got off the airplane, when him and Khalil got off the airplane in Zaire, I'm talking about right when he got off the airplane, the people were chanting Ali Boumaye. It was a color clip, and I believe it was ABC News that did it. Okay, or you should put down there Muhammad Ali's arrival in Africa. For your search bar. Yeah, there you go, Lady Che. Yeah, Muhammad Ali arriving in Zaire. That should be it right there. Okay, and it should show him where him and his wife were getting off the plane.
I think this is where I was like, was having a hard time.
Hmm there it is, right there, right there. When he wait a minute, yeah, wait a minute.
Come on, get lined up, come on, yes. Lined up.
No, no, that's not it, Lady
Are
Che.
you going to
That's
hang
not it.
around until he comes this afternoon?
Yes, I have to.
What will you say to him if you get a
No,
chance
that's
to
not the
speak to
clip.
him?
That's him arriving in England. We need him, the one arriving in Zaire. If you could pull it up. And then as far as Elvis Presley meeting Muhammad Ali should have smacked that bitch. Or what you can do, Lady Che, you can go to the motion picture Ali starring Will Smith. And I think they did recreate that scene in the movie of Ali.
Okay, one more again.
But-
One more.
Okay, go to the motion picture Ali, the one starring Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the scene that you want is him arriving in Zaire. Because I think, if memory serves me correct, that they did recreate the scene pretty much when he got off the plane. And the people were there at the plane, saying Ali Boomae. Okay. And that's Will Smith, portraying Ali there before the listing fight. And Ali had, Will Smith should have got an Oscar for that role, but quite natural, of course, they wasn't going to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that bitch that Ali's in that picture with Elvis Presley, Ali should have smacked that bastard. That's one of the biggest racists in Mississippi. Now, that's the recreation of him arriving in Ghana when he won the title for the first time.
It's very fucking
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute.
Those things I feel like where the algorithm wants to erase certain shit and they
Right.
shit off the internet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You've
Oh
seen
yeah.
it. You've seen it. We've seen
Yeah.
it. And then all of a sudden you can't find it. It's like
exactly.
in the right shit and it'll show everything but.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, they do that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a news clip of Ali saying that white men or black men are not brothers, So it's kind of like when you, So it's like when you talk about both of these men, Dr. King and Ali, it's pretty much you're seeing two sides of the same coin. You see what I'm saying? And say, and that's just how bad, of how bad things were. Wait a minute. No, okay. No, that's not. Yeah, that's him and Veronica Porsche. Oh boy, these some dirty bastards, boy. I'm telling you. Yeah. Okay, could you go to the motion picture of Ali and get the scene of where he's arriving in Africa?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Ali arriving in Africa. Okay, click it and see what happens. Boy, 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 boy. Yeah. Man, that's the part they don't want to show. Yeah. And the reason why they don't want to show that part is because when Ali got off the plane, the people, were chanting Ali Boomaye, meaning Ali kill him. You see, before that, And then, like I said, the whole world thought that George Foreman was going to knock Ali out within 8 rounds. Believe it or not, I myself had predicted.
They'll do the England one, but they won't do they'll show him getting off the
Exactly.
plane, but they won't show him getting off the plane in
Right.
Africa. It's some
Right.
bullshit. Like, that's clear evidence right there.
Right. Yeah, because they hated that man. You see what I'm saying? They hated that man. You see? And then, too, and if we got any comments here in our chat room, you know what I mean? Okay. And then Ali did announce to the world that Clay was a slave name of the raping, slave trading pedophiles that owned this family. Yep.
Let's see if they let it play.
Why do you insist on being called Muhammad Ali now?
That's my original name. That's a black man name. Cassius Clay was my slave name. I'm no longer a slave.
What does it mean?
Muhammad means worthy of all praises, and Ali means most high.
Why don't you like to be called Clay anymore?
Oh, Clay was not my name. Clay was a white man's name. It was a slave name. And I'm no longer Clay. I'm no longer a slave. So now I'm Muhammad Ali.
Do you answer to Clay anymore?
Well, some people, they still say Clay.
Sports writers still call you Clay.
No, I stopped them because they know better. Then some walk up. How you doing, boy? How you feeling, Cassius? Meet Mr. Clay. Fine boy. Then I have to straighten him out because he's agitating, acting smart and bossy. But it's according to how they approach me.
I'd like to say something right here. Cassius Clay, yes.
Why do you want to say Cassius Clay when Howard Cosell and everybody is calling you Muhammad Ali? Then why you got to be the one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay?
Howard Cosell is not the one who's going to fight you. I am.
You're making it really hard on yourself now.
Well,
why don't you keep the thing in the sport angle? Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
For the benefit of this broadcast, him. All right?
You just acting just like an old Uncle Tom. Another Floyd Patterson. I'm going to punish you.
You ain't got no
back off of me.
Don't call me no Uncle Tom.
That's what you are, Uncle Tom.
Why are you going to call me Uncle Tom?
You heard me. Just back off of me.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the two contestants prepare for battle right now,
back off of me, man. Back off of me, man.
Another interview has been recorded for posterity.
It was very simple to
And he
understand.
put the work in on him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he went there and put the work in on him. Bang. Yeah, bat, miss.
He should have just said it right, and it would have been like the fight, but it would have been all that. It wouldn't have been all that either. But he wanted to be disrespectful. It's true. Like, this is a true statement. This is like real shit. Like right here, where.
Why don't you call me my name?
Listen.
Why you got to be the one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay?
Darker, you
Howard Cosell is not the one who's going to fight you. I am.
You're making it really hard on yourself now.
Well,
why don't you keep the thing in the sport angle? Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years
I never
ago.
told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
For the benefit of this broadcast, him. All right?
You just acting. You could have just said, "I'm sorry, brother, Muhammad Ali." You know what I mean? Or I apologize, brother, Muhammad Ali. Or you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna whoop that ass, Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's a time right before the fight, you know, where they shit talk a little bit. But he didn't. He went to another example. Like, not only did you not do it, but then you kind of like dehumanized him. You know, by saying him. You know what I mean?
Well, Lady Che, you could best believe Ernie Terrell paid dearly for that error.
He sure did.
Center that
He
ring
really
after the
did.
fight if you don't do it now.
For the benefit of this broadcast.
Because as a man, like, oh, you know, I'm not a man, I'm a woman, but as a person watching this, as a woman watching this, the disrespect was clear. And he could have said, all right, you know, Muhammad Ali, I'm going to whoop that ass, I'm going to drag you from one end to end, I'm going to tie you up in the ring, whatever, you know what I mean? He could have got hypey with it, but he said he disrespected him, and then he dehumanized him, and that's why he suffered for it.
It's him. All right?
You just acting just like an old Uncle Tom. Another Floyd Patterson. I'm going to punish you.
You ain't got no
back off of me.
Don't call me no Uncle Tom.
That's what you are, Uncle Tom.
Why are you gonna call me Uncle?
He right. That's right. I mean, there's other names he could have called him, but yeah, he's right for saying that because you didn't do yourself no favors in front of a white man in the media. You know, you could have just at the end of it, you know, when you part ways and you know the fight's over, you still gotta, you know, eventually see this brother somewhere else. You know what I mean? You still gotta, you know, like, he was right.
You heard me? Just back off of me.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as
Jay
the
Militant was cracking.
prepare for battle right now,
back off of me, man. Back off of me.
Another interview has been recorded for posterity.
Got him a little riled up. He instigated a little bit. You know what I mean? They love that shit. We gotta stop. That's one thing. We really gotta stop doing is
Well, see, that's just it, though, Lady Che. That's how Ali made his money. Is because you have to understand is that the majority of the people came to see him lose, but the majority of black people came to his fights to see him win. Yeah. It's because not only with seeing him winning, was also affirming that good people too.
What's my name?
Mm-hmm.
And he said
as
it, right?
he worked him, yeah, as he worked him right there.
Don't beat me, Muhammad.
Yeah, he beat the dog shit out of him.
One of my favorite things about Muhammad Ali was his shit talking, you know, because he did it with finesse.
Yeah, and those are real punches. And you can see his face is all swelled up. Yeah, Jay Militant, what we're doing, man, we're paying tribute to Ali's birthday, which is tomorrow. Also, too, we're paying tribute to Dr. King as well, too, because they were both contemporaries. And Dr. King did support Muhammad Ali and Ali's refusal to be drafted. Now, for all you those of the Caucasian persuasion who had inboxed me with
Shabaka, real quick before you go to on the MLK, what clip do you want me to play for the people so I get that ready?
Okay.
Okay,
yeah, there was if you could pull up the clip of Muhammad Ali and Dr. King together. It's because Dr. King did support Muhammad Ali's refusal to go to the war in Vietnam. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and it should be there, Muhammad Ali and Dr. King together. Rest in power and happy born day to Aaliyah. Oh yeah, I didn't know it was Aaliyah's birthday today, Jay Militant. I didn't know that. Okay, I just learned something. Yeah, wait a minute. There it is right there, Lady Che. Yep, he had the same C there. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, yeah, there it is right there. That's the clip. Yes, that one right there. Please start it from the beginning. Yeah. Come on, YouTube. Show the fucking film.
Until we have a radical.
Well, we on this side of
Very disturbed about the militaristic posture of our nation. And I think until we have a radical reordering of priorities in our country, we are going more and more to the depths and, I should say, to the doom that follows arrogance of powers.
On the anniversary of Muhammad Ali's death, and with civil unrest in the United States ramping up again, we wanted to reflect on Ali's unlikely friendship with Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. For the United States, the 1960s were a time of long overdue social turmoil. 100 years after President Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery, African Americans were still second-class citizens, and Dr. King had seen enough.
No, we are Africans in America.
Given the Negro people a bad sex. A sex which has come back marked insufficient funds.
With good, peace-loving Christian men like King front and center, the civil rights movement began in full. But peaceful protests were soon met with unprovoked police brutality. The conservative establishment answered the protests with water cannons, beatings, and widespread violence, much like today. For that establishment, Dr. King became one of the most feared men in the nation, and with good reason, because when he marched on Washington to deliver his message, 250,000 people of all colors and creeds came with him.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
The tide was finally turning, and even the President of the United States was forced to take note. That was 1963. The next year, a 22-year-old Olympic gold medalist named Cassius Clay became one of the men in America, too.
Turn us around. Not gonna let them turn us around. We're gonna keep on walking. Keep on
prestigious
talking.
accolade in all of sport, the champ renounced his slave name. Cassius Clay, the Christian Baptist, was no more. Only Muhammad Ali of the Nation of Islam remained, the Black Nation of Islam. Suddenly, a black, dyslexic Muslim man, in a time when anyone who wasn't white, educated, or Christian was considered a threat, held the most coveted title in sport. That made him a conservative nightmare. So when Ali legally refused the Vietnam War draft on religious grounds, the Christian powers that be went after him.
Now freeze that there, Lady Che. Freeze that. Please freeze that. Freeze it for one moment. Okay. The clip that you saw of him walking out the building right there.
Yeah.
There's a draft board in Houston, Texas. And I remember as a little kid, my mother came home from a hard day at work and said, turn off Mighty Mouse and Bugs Bunny. I was mad as hell because I wanted to see me some Mighty Mouse and some Road Runner and Bugs Bunny. And I said, why, Mama? As she turned on the news, because she said, well, the heavyweight champion had just refused to go to the war in Vietnam. And that date in history, ladies and gentlemen, is April 28th, 1967. I was 7 years old. All right, go on and let it continue. And this is him on CBS News right here, about 2 days after he refused.
To service you. Well, whatever the punishment, whatever the persecution is for standing up for my religious beliefs, even if it means facing machine gun fire that day, I will face it before denouncing Elijah Muhammad and the religion of Islam. I'm ready to die.
As a Christian and pacifist, Dr. King was completely and publicly opposed to many of the ideologies of Ali's militant Nation of Islam. But as an African American, the movement was too important to let religion get in their way. So King reached out to Ali, and white America hated it.
What did you discuss back in the hotel room?
Nothing, just friends, just like cruise ship
and Kennedy and everybody, when the people, all of the politicians of all other white races come together, and they, although they believe different, they think different, whites can come together and discuss the common cause. But whenever a few of us come together, the world is shook up. And I say, whatever went back there is our business.
In their attempts to divide people of color, the government forced two of its greatest enemies to find common ground. And it was beautiful. Martin Luther King and Muhammad Ali came together for peace because that was the only way forward, just as it is today.
That is Oakland, California,
common
right there.
Problems and common concerns, and above all, as Muhammad Ali has just said, we are all victims of the same system of oppression. And even though we may have different religious beliefs, this does not at all bring about a difference in terms of our concern.
Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.
Fuck that. Subscribe to Frontline Black News. Fuck that. Subscribe to Frontline Black News. So anyway, there, Lady Che, as that's what the heavyweight champion had stated. At that time, he was hated. Okay, that is also the same way that he made his money, because you have to understand is that the public came to see him lose. Now, don't get me wrong. You had those that paid to see him win as well, too, but the majority of America at that time had paid to see that man lose, particularly when they had to fight in Zaire. They say, okay, and Brother Che says here, we are foundational Black Americans, descendants of African slaves, freedmen. Okay, that's Brother Che's comment right there. Also, another fight that Ali had that I really enjoyed is where he beat the living dog shit out of a white hope by the name of Chuck Wepner. Now, Sylvester Stallone, who was up and coming at that time, I believe Mr. Stallone was at the fight between Ali and Chuck Wepner, okay? And he had got the idea of where he just said he can go the distance. But however, Mr. Stallone, and we will put it up here, no disrespect to you, Mr. Stallone, because I do like a lot of your work, Chuck Wepner did not go around. He did not last 15 rounds. Chuck Wepner was knocked the fuck out in the 15th round. So therefore, Mr. Stallone, as you know, to go the distance means is that you go all the way to the scorecards. Chuck Wepner did not go to the scorecards. And Lady Che, you should be able to pull it up on YouTube, Ali Wepner. And Wepner is spelled W-E-P-N-E-R.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this one real fast while I look it up.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second.
You planning on fighting this year before the year is out?
Here's the one where he's...
Well, I don't know. I might retire. I'm considering retiring. I'm really tired of fighting. At your age? Yeah, I'm tired. I don't have to fight no more.
You think you can retire before you have another fight?
I'm getting too great. I can't even fly planes without crowds waiting for me.
7 minutes late. Do you think you might retire without another fight?
That's right. I don't like boxing. Boxing means nothing to me. What do you like? Oh well, I like what all Negroes like, and what they're fighting for is freedom.
If you quit fighting, would you go full time in the civil rights work?
No, I don't know if I call it civil rights.
Well, what would you do for an occupation if you stopped fighting?
Well, I don't know what I'll do. God's got me here for something. I can feel it.
Okay, Jay Militant states that was around the time that Dr. King started in the revolution direction. Yeah.
Right after the signing of the Voting Rights Act is the beginning of the Watts riots.
Yeah,
and
August
Watts riots come to
1965.
symbolize the fact that things
6
are
years
far
old.
from being solved. There's unrest that these bills won't reach.
In the urban north, we were a little bit estranged from the stylistic methods of the civil rights movement, which was primarily a southern-based an agrarian-based kind of
screen,
thing.
Lady
They would
Che.
have overalls on. They would be singing hymns and appeal to clergy-oriented kinds of things. This wasn't our style. You know, we were more secular. We didn't want to wear overalls, you know? And so we wanted another form of activism. And the Nation of Islam
Black
and Malcolm
power.
X had already
Always.
been very influential in the urban North. And I think black activists were more attracted to that kind of activism than they were to the civil rights mode. And so Muhammad Ali fit perfectly with that model.
Hi, this is Ken Burns. I hope you enjoyed that excerpt
Fuck
from
the
the film
commercial.
Sarah
Fuck the
David McMahon
commercial. Fuck
reminded
you.
the
Fuck
life
the
of the
commercial.
extraordinary
You gotta promote
constitution
Frontline Black News, man. Fuck you and
Here's
your
some more
commercial.
fiction, my guy.
Fuck the commercial. Fuck the commercial.
Muhammad
Fuck the commercial. Subscribe to
Before the
Frontline
fall,
Black News.
Ali had received word that he
That
had
wasn't
been
a
drafted
commercial. That was just the
and would
ending
have
of
to
it.
report for induction
I
the
paid
following month.
It's like commercial.
While his lawyers prepared to challenge the draft order, Ali met privately with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Louisville. King was in town to protest the city's segregated housing. Though the two men differed about black separatism, they found common ground in their views on the war in Vietnam.
What did you discuss back in the hotel room?
Nothing, just friends, just like Khrushchev and Kennedy and everybody. When the people, all of the politicians of all other white races come together, and although they believe different, they think different, whites can come together and discuss the common cause. But whenever a few of us come together, the world is shook up. And I say, whatever went back there is our business.
Reverend King, do you agree?
Oh, yes. We had a very good discussion on many matters. And, of course, these are not things that we would discuss here. But we do have common problems and common concerns. And above all, as Muhammad Ali has just said, we are all victims of the same system of oppression. And even though we may have different religious beliefs, this does not at all bring about a difference in terms of our concerns.
Still brothers.
Do you share the same, one more question, do you share the same concern that Muhammad has for his draft status?
Oh, I certainly do. My views on the draft are very clear. I'm against it. And I think the sooner our country does away with the draft, the better it will be for everybody.
And people were burning
In
their
April of
draft cards at that
1967,
time.
hundreds of
Yeah. People were burning their draft cards. Yeah, Lady Che. Yeah, the people of the draft age at that time, they were burning their draft cards, 1967, 1968. And then, of course, too, now with this time in history with Dr. King and Muhammad Ali, you have to bring up the Black Panthers, okay? That is a must, okay? It's because, as you know, Dr. Huey Percy Newton was born exactly 30 days after Muhammad Ali of February the 17th, 1942. So Newton and Ali, were the same age, okay? So pull up the Black Panthers, 1968 in front of the Alameda County Courthouse.
All right. Let's see. My desk is kind of in a state of emergency over here. Jesse was sitting here.
Okay, wait a minute, Lady Che. Because they made a movie called the Black Panther Party. That they would limit your search. Yeah. But you got Black Panther. Yeah, there you go. Hit the top on Black Panther Party, not the movie Black Panther. Black Panther Party. Or Black Panther. Oh, well, wait a minute. Okay, Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton. Okay, try that one. Because I think that they would show, okay, all right, you're going to have to scroll down. Okay, no, we ain't interested in what white folks got to say about our people's history. That clip right there, there's the Alameda County Courthouse right there in the background. Huey P. and being interviewed.
The long-awaited decision in the Huey Newton murder trial, which has drawn worldwide attention, is now very near. The jury of 7 women and 5 men are deliberating the fate of the Black Panther leader on the 8th floor of that building. It is their job to decide whether he is guilty of killing Oakland policeman John Fry and wounding Officer Herbert Haynes in a pre-dawn shootout last October 28th. 2 floors above the jury in his cell, Huey Newton, who has made almost no show of emotion during the 8 weeks of trial, calmly awaits the decision of the jury. I talked to Newton in the jail.
As far as the proceedings thus far, that the courts have only reflected the racist attitude of the general power structure, that I haven't received a fair trial, that I should not have been indicted in the first place. I was indicted by a blue ribbon grand jury, a middle-class white grand jury that did not represent a cross-section of the community. And
You say you don't feel you've had a fair trial?
no.
Why?
Number one, that the judge has been very racist throughout the proceeding, very pro-prosecution, that I don't feel that I should have been tried at all. And if I had been tried, if there was an inkling of reason to try me, I should not have been tried for first-degree murder. That if the judge had not been a racist, that he would have amended the charges to a manslaughter, perhaps. The very fact that he didn't dismiss the whole charge reflects his racism.
Some of your supporters have said that the trial, that you are a political
prisoner, that are oppressing people of color all over the world, and on a local level, the police, fascist police, are suppressing, repressing the white revolutionaries as well as the blacks who speak of and who are attempting to attain liberation. So I am not standing for violence, but I do stand for self-defense.
Back to the trial for one moment.
Could you just keep on talking?
What about your future if you're on the street next week?
I will continue to organize the Black community in a political fashion. I will help in the campaign of Eldridge Cleaver for president, and my own campaign for 7th Congressional District. And I think this will be a large job because it's going to be done from a grassroots level, from door to door in the community. It will we'll consider the people on 7th Street who stand on the corners, who have lost all faith in this society. And matter of fact, all other, we will attempt to rehabilitate them, to show them that there is possibly some gains in political action. And if it's sincere, and if the Black people have exclusive control of it within their community. So in my campaign.
You say, you got enough, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
They kind of chopped and screwed it, huh?
Huh?
They kind of chopped and screwed it, like just kind of chopped up the speech, the conversation.
Well, you see, Lady Che, you have to understand, which they did. Okay, because see, the thing is that guys like Newton and Ali and Dr. King, okay, they spoke against the popular version of what was truth at that time. You see. And then too, there are historical news clips of speeches by Fred Hampton, by Kathleen Cleaver, Erica Huggins, okay? And we are definitely trying to get Dr. Huggins to appear on Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. I have met her personally. I did let her know what we were doing. Also, too, I've met Elaine Brown personally. And then, of course, they're in Panthertown, a couple of miles just from where that courthouse is. And you have seen some of my live feeds from Oakland, which was in front of the Alameda County Courthouse. And yes, ma'am, and that is the place where that history had happened at. Right there is because what we tried to do when we deal with historical events coming up out of the West Coast, we definitely try to go to the locations of where the actual history had happened at. You see what I mean? So you can listen to the wind and hear the stories of long ago, and that there's an ancient African proverb and I forgot who said it. Okay, and that's exactly what it is. Okay, so now if we can go to some more clips of Mr. Ali, and particularly Lady Che, if you could pull it up of his return in 1970. And I'm wondering if you could pull up on YouTube some of his appearances on television stations. Okay, let me see. If you can put in your search bar on YouTube, ma'am, for Ali in the News 1970. Or if you could pull up Ali on AM Los Angeles 1970. Los Angeles, yeah. 1970.
I typed slow. I'm only doing one answer.
Okay, all right, let's see if it's there. Nope, that's not it. That's 1972. That's not it. Okay, let's see here. And then once again, there they are with that bullshit. Motherfuckers ain't shit. Pulling every goddamn thing up butt. Wow. Yeah, YouTube, you motherfuckers are full of shit. And then, well, you might as well go to. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, you see. Okay, yeah, pull that clip up right there. George Foreman versus Ali, October 30th, 1974.
And here comes the Ali people out of the dressing room, and all of the questions will be answered. This is an awesome power of George Foreman against the violent boxing skills of Muhammad Ali. Here comes Ali. You can see him there, very calm. If you saw the interview, there's no question on my mind, and I don't think anybody else's mind here at ringside about the tremendous confidence of this tremendous athlete. It's age against youth. The experience of Muhammad Ali against the youth and brute force on blinding speed. You can hear the band beginning to strike up in the background as Ali moves to the ring. This is what Muhammad Ali lives for. This is the man's life. This may be a historic event. Muhammad Ali coming into the boxing ring for the last time. Should Muhammad Ali retire, this will be, what you're seeing now, a very historic event. Should Ali win the title tonight, it definitely is an historic event because he will have to definitely go down in the history of boxing as one of the all-time greats. His handler, Angelo Dundee, brings him in. And there you hear the sound of Ali Boumaier. That's what the local people say. And you can see Ali. He's getting a standing ovation from some 70,000, we estimate, in attendance here as he dances behind.
You hear that? 70,000 people were there.
Ali will be gloved in the ring, as will George Foreman. How about it, Jimmy? Any thoughts on what it's like for an athlete to go into the field of battle?
It's tremendous pressure, Bob, no doubt about it. But I think along with the pressure, there's a great feeling because it's like once in a lifetime you can do something that's great that maybe no one else can ever do again.
One thing that's very important as we take a look across the ring at Muhammad Ali bouncing around is Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, a physician, a man that certainly has the ability
They
to help
referred to him as the fight doctor. The people in Ali's corner, ladies and gentlemen, fuck the announcer. The people in Ali's corner is Angelo Dundee, Drew Bundini Brown, Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, and Wally Youngblood. Those are Ali's corner people. People in the corner for George Foreman, who helped pick George up off the canvas, and no disrespect to you, George, was Dick Sadler, Archie Moore, and Gil Clancy.
Listen to the ovation that he's getting. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong on this, but it appears that Foreman's getting a little bit more of an ovation than Ali.
Although, as we were saying, he came just in time, because I don't know whether you noticed there, but at the beginning of Foreman entering, there were a few boos. People were beginning to resent the delay. Now the excitement of the big fight being about to begin is overwhelming that. But he really was timing it very tightly indeed.
Well, there he is, the heavyweight champion of the world in there. Takes a look across the ring at Muhammad Ali. Look at Ali
There
having
is
a
some
look
clear.
right back.
There is some clear booing. There is a little booing. There is a little booing.
It definitely is. A little bit of booing. George Foreman in his red robe dancing around, casts a little glance across to Muhammad Ali. And now the ring announcements are just about set to begin. There'll be two national anthems played tonight. Now the cheer starts. Ali here at ringside as they focus in on George Foreman, the heavyweight champion of the world. He looks around.
You guys see the first round?
Okay, no, you just want to take it all the way to where he gets knocked out, Lady Che, because that there's an hour long. And you can go up to the 8th round. Okay.
What is that? 7. Right about.
About right there, Lady Che, at 50 minutes. Yeah, about right there, Lady Che. Yeah, this is the 8th round.
Zach Clayton right on the spot, the referee.
My fault.
Okay, no, it's good. No, that's the perfect spot to show it.
Well, kind of going the way he wants. He's not dancing as much as we thought, but he seems able to control him. Now, some pretty good heavy right hand taken on the left side of the cheek by Ali. Good right hand thrown by Foreman that time. Again, for Foreman, it seems to be 1 or 2, maybe 3 good punches. That punch taken on the glove, that one slips by the left ear. Tries to go with that right uppercut that felled Kenny Norton. The left hand again thrown out by Foreman. Both fighters now very much more fatigued than they were a round or so ago. The heat is pretty high here, around 80 degrees. The humidity is probably 85 to 90. At age 32, Muhammad Ali is bouncing around pretty good for the 24-year-old woman hanging pretty tough in there. Again, I caution you to look for the one punch that George Foreman can deliver at any time. This man is devastating, to say the least. These punches are not at this particular time. Tried to pull a sneaky right hand on Ali. Ali hanging on, getting away with it. The left hand taken on the side of Ali's cheek. The left hook again on the side of the glove.
Pay attention, folks. Pay attention. Ali's getting ready to put him to bed.
It bounced the head a little bit. Punches will not hurt.
It's getting ready to be night-night.
Ali just takes him, protecting his face at all times.
And here we go.
Maybe this could be the tactic of Ali.
Here we go.
30 seconds left in round 8.
Here we go. Getting ready to go to bed.
Ali, a sneaky
Night.
right hand.
Ooh.
Another sneaky
Bam!
hand. This time he worked over
Bam!
the shoulder of Foreman. This is a combination.
Garbage.
3, 4, 5, 6. Foreman gets up to the knee. 8.
8, 9. And if you could back that up, Lady Che, so our audience, can see about right there, Lady Che. Yeah, about right there. Yeah, about right there.
The left hand again.
Because see, YouTube jammed
Both fighters now very much more fatigued than they were a round or so ago. The heat is pretty high here, around 80 degrees. The humidity is probably 85 to 90. At age 32, Muhammad Ali is bouncing around pretty good for the 24-year-old woman hanging pretty tough in there. Again, I caution you to look for the one punch that George Foreman can deliver at any time. This man is devastating, to say the least. These punches are not at this particular time.
Yeah, Big George. Yeah.
Tried to pull a sneaky right hand on Ali. Ali hanging on, getting away with it. The left hand taken on the side of Ali's cheek. The left hook again on the side of the glove. Right hand by Foreman was not effective. The right uppercut did bounce the head a little bit. Punches will not hurt Ali. Ali just takes him, protecting his face at all times, does Ali. Foreman throwing more punches now. Maybe this could be the tactic of Ali to let the man punch himself out. 30 seconds left in round 8. Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he works on the shoulder of Foreman.
Bam! Garbage.
3, 4, 5, 6. Foreman gets up to the knee. 8. That's it. The fight is stopped. Muhammad Ali, a dramatic 8th-round knockout. He knocks out George Foreman.
Yep. And I think I was 16 years old when this event went down in 1974.
I'm
And
gonna
of
let y'all
course,
talk for a minute so I can arrange my damn arrange my damn desk. Jesse will be right back in.
okay. All right. No Twin Pyramid, a big win, but that was a knockout, sir. The referee counted to 10. The technical knockout would have been if the referee had stopped it. But either way, man, George was a nice guy, man. And I didn't think George was going to win this fight. But still, I liked it, George. You know what I mean?
I saw the movie on Netflix, man. Well, you know, I liked boxing when I was small, and then when I went out on the street, I kind of lost a lot of my I wasn't able to keep up with the current stuff that was going on, and then when I was out, I couldn't see anything, so it's like so I missed like a good 15 years of boxing right here. So for the new stuff, hold on, Jesse, I got you coming in. Hold on, I got you. So, but I liked boxing. That was my favorite sport to watch. And I watched that movie, Foreman. I watched the Foreman movie, and they always make it seem like he laid on the ground for a long period of time. George did. You know, it was like detrimental. He didn't really stay on the
Okay. Officially, Lady Che, the knockout is scored at 2 minutes and 58 seconds of the round. Okay,
he
now
went down. Yeah, he went
let's
down.
say, now let's say that if George had beat the count, and he would have went to a neutral corner, they would have sounded the bell, ending the round, and then he would have went back to his corner. And had George would have came out for the 9th round, I think it would have been very, very ugly for George. And Ali did say off in his autobiography is that young man has not discovered his second wind, and he had to shut him down before he regained his second wind. Is because Ali was 32 years of age, Big George was 24. Okay, and then Ali would have went out into the 9th round, and he really would have tore George up. It's because Ali had the hand speed. Okay, Foreman, you know, he didn't have the speed of Ali, but Big George, you know, he hits hard. I mean, he hit people so hard he literally lifted them up off the canvas. Yeah, Foreman was bad. You know, so not taking nothing away from Big George. Is that there was a fight that George should have put off as long as possible. But however, at that time in 1974, that would have been the fight to see. It was definitely the fight the public wanted to see. Is because a lot of them racist ass white folks back then who hated Ali, they wanted to see George Foreman smash him. And then, of course, people such as ourselves, like-minded, pro-black, of course, wanted to see Ali win. And it was not so much of Ali himself that people wanted to see win. It was so much of what Ali had represented that we wanted to see win back there. And he pissed off a whole lot of white folks. Oh, yeah, he did. He most certainly did. And guys like Ali had set a positive black male image. And this was the imagery of what they were getting ready to tear down then, as Dr. Wilson had said back at that time, because Ali, George, and Dr. Wilson, they were contemporaries, meaning they all existed in the same time and of history. So, two, that this is the time that they were making the black exploitation movies, Superfly, The Mac, Coffee, and stuff like that. So then, what had happened is after the black empowerment era, then you had the disco era. Then what happened after the disco era was the rap era. Okay, that started going mainstream about 1980. Although, from what I understand, what Brother Che was telling me, it started about 1973. Okay, so then what had happened was the drug epidemic hit the black community like a blizzard in the 80s and 90s and what have you. Mass incarceration, the black males being taken out of the home. You see what I mean? You know, going through prison sentences and what have you. Then that federal crime bill that was signed into law, none other than by Bill Clinton. And guess what senator had pushed the federal crime bill? You know it. He's your current president, Joe Biden. Yeah. Okay. So then, of course, and then, you know, the television had started, you know, projecting all this black on black violence and using this term nigger freely and stuff like that. And this is why I appreciate that I saw on a YouTube clip. And this is your generation, Lady Che, where they was having a battle rap. And there was this white guy and this black guy about to have the battle rap. So the white guy gonna say, well, I'm just gonna say the word nigga. Bam. And that young brother had put together a picture perfect right cross upside that motherfucker's dome. It's more swifter than what you just saw Ali do to Big George, you know. Young brother wasn't having it.
They shouldn't
You see what I'm
be
saying?
allowed to do that. It's just because motherfuckers think it's acceptable to allow it. It shouldn't be, regardless of battle rapping or whatever. That's not for them to say it and then be so freely able to you know, I mean, to be so freely able to do it is it the way they do it. You know, it's obviously cultural appropriation. It's also obviously motherfucking a whole bunch of different things.
Well,
and we shouldn't do it to each other. And even though we do it, we shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, no, you're right on that there, Lady Che. That's where we agree at, is because we should not be using that term amongst ourselves. But you got to keep in mind is that the institution of Hollywood also pushes that, you know, and that's how those guys are getting those big. Hold on one second. And that's how those guys are getting, you know, those big contracts there, you know, for degrading our own people. You see what I'm saying? And then these two individuals who we just showed here tonight on Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced in conjunction with Frontline Black News tonight, you know, was to show how positive Dr. King and Ali was and trying to upgrade the quality of life for black people. Now, it is an insult to those who died in the black empowerment era and in the civil rights era for these dudes to come out and call themselves women. They had raggedy ass Al Sharpton up there on mainstream news today. And I had to turn it off, is because the sight of that individual is disgusting. His rhetoric is more disgusting. And then Al Sharpton was going around with a rainbow flag with a banana in his mouth a couple of years ago. So what does that tell you? Connect the dots. You know what I'm saying? Connect the dots. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then another thing about Ali, when he had regained the heavyweight title, and you could pull this fight up, Lady Che. It was a Muhammad Ali versus Chuck Wepner.
I wouldn't admit. I like trying to get my desk because, like I said, it's in a state of disarray, and
Oh, okay.
every time I move it down, everything kind of slides, and
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, anyway,
yes, and that's why I was hoping Jesse would Jesse chime in for a few minutes. Well, I go ahead and do that and run off to the other room and grab myself some water.
all right. Okay. But anyway, okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm recalling up my memory, what's left of it. Okay, March 1975 was a title defense, and I don't know what number of the title of defense was for Ali, but it was the first title defense that he did after he had regained a crown there in Africa. And it was a guy by the name of Chuck Wepner. The guy was bigger than Ali, you know what I mean? And in that fight, Chuck Wepner had a time of hitting Ali with rapid punches. Mr. Ali simply grabbed the dude's neck and he issued his own rapid punches back on this dude because the referee, Tony Perez, was saying there were no rapid punches, and Mr. Ali had the juice at that time in boxing, and I don't think Tony Perez ever refereed again. Okay. And then there was a young actor sitting in the audience, up-and-coming actor by the name of Sylvester Stallone. And this is where he got the idea of Rocky. And as you hear the classic line in Rocky that he tells his girlfriend Adrian when he was in Philadelphia, is that if he could only go the distance. The fact of the matter, Mr. Stallone, is that Chuck Wepner did not go the distance. He was knocked out and very humiliating. If I might add.
He didn't go
No. See, back in Ali's time, the championship fights, Lady Che, were 15 rounds. When you go the distance in a 15-round fight, then that means is that they go on to the judges for a decision. Okay. Chuck Wepner was stopped in round 15. So therefore, ma'am, he did not go the distance. And keep in mind is that Mr. Ali was hated by RWS, if you know what I mean. Okay, to quote Brother Che. Okay, and he was hated vehemently, and they paid money to see him get his ass whooped. You see? That's how Mr. Ali had made his money in a brutal business. And a business of boxing is nothing nice.
Damn. Jesse,
Yeah.
are you able to talk? Are you able to speak?
No, he still got his mic muted. No, Brother Che's got his mic muted. Okay.
It's kind of 19 degrees out. That's probably why. He was having.
Wow, it's still 40 degrees here for some odd reason.
Yeah, it's 19 right now. It was warming up. There you go. I can hear him.
Okay, but what happens though, Lady Che, they're in Denver, and I've witnessed that you guys get that cold air out of the north, and then you guys get that warm air out of the south.
Jesse, can you man the board real quick while I go grab water? Or Shabaka?
Okay, yeah, I'm here. Okay.
Just talk to the people like you. Yeah, okay, cool. Talk
right.
to the people. Jesse's in the chat, I guess, because there's probably something going on. But
Okay.
he's here. He's present. I'm just gonna. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. Our algorithms on Blog Talk once again had got skewed, and so what we're doing here is that we're on StreamYard tonight. Okay, and our subjects tonight was Dr. Martin Luther King and Muhammad Ali. As we do know that Dr. King's birthday was yesterday, January the 15th. Okay, and Brother Che says that he's having a bad Wi-Fi connection. Okay, they probably doing it on purpose, part of the shadow banning procedures. Same thing with me with my Wi-Fi here, and I had to go on the hotspot off the 209 phone. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, if Brother Paris's schedule would permit, we're going to do a special edition of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience and Hands-On Blog Talk tomorrow. We're going to try it again. Okay. And who knows, we might even chime into a couple of blog talk shows on tonight, just to keep our name out of there, so we can get cussed out and called all kind of niggas and shit like that, only because, they hate the truth hurts, and things of that nature right there. And also, too, for those of you who says that all people are the same, we are not, you know what I'm saying? And this isn't hatred or anything like that. Is that we love ourselves as a people? Is because if you don't love yourself as a people, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else when you hate yourself? But however, ladies and gentlemen, fortunately, we're coming up out of that mindset. And Brother Paris has stated here that he's having a bad Wi-Fi connection. Okay, and so that's unfortunate. And then this day and age right here, I might not be able to do tomorrow, Shabaka. Okay, that's the revolutionary agenda. Okay, Lady Che. Okay, all righty. But however, I will produce the episode and Frontline Black News. I might not be able to do tomorrow to Shabaka, so I would imagine that's from Brother Che. Okay, so what we'll do, I'll make contact with some of our well-wishers, to come into the studio, and it will be the same subject matter of Martin Luther King and Muhammad Ali, and it will be on Muhammad Ali's birthday, and Mr. Ali would have been 82 years old. Yeah. He would have been 82, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he would have been 82. And then, too, ladies and gentlemen, at Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, please Google some of our past episodes. We have haters out there. Okay, we love our haters and we respect them. But also, too, we have well-wishers out there. And it's our well-wishers, that keeps us motivated, going through all the hate mail, that we get. And Ali 82, yes. Oh yeah, that is correct, Brother Che. Muhammad Ali would have been 82 years old, and Martin Luther King would have been 95, and Malcolm X would have been 99 this year. Okay, so may they all rest in power of the sacrifices that they made, of the shit that they went through. And like James Brown had said in 1968, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, because we're a people too, And however, ladies and gentlemen, do inbox us. Oh yeah, and Dr. Khalid would have been 79. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, always got to remember Dr. Khalid. You see. And what it is, ladies and gentlemen, they shadow banned us. And this is the only time I'm going to say this here to white America and you Europeans, okay? This is not hatred that we have toward you, okay? What we hate is your hatred toward us, okay? And we're the day of the ass scratcher and of the Yasa boss is over, okay? Now, all inclusiveness is an illusion, okay, because it will countermand our progress as a people. No, we are not the same. And for those of you of the Caucasian persuasion who believe that we are, simply come to Las Vegas, Nevada on the first day of summer. And I would be more than happy to prove to you that we are not the same. But you have to leave your sunscreen at home for us to prove the point. And then also, too, we're not going to leave you out there in the sun to burn to death. We will not do that as your skin peels. Okay. But one thing for damn sure, you people would definitely will leave us out there in that sub-zero cold climate. You see, yeah, you would definitely do that. You see, but white America, there's no reason to hate yourself. You know what I mean? We're just proud of who we are and of the great legacy of where we come from. And then you Greeks. Why did you guys go down there to Africa and rename everything and lie and say that you discovered it? How the fuck are you going to discover something, when the people were already there? And to quote the words of Miriam Makeba, who spoke Zulu and Xhosa and English and French quite fluently, okay? She traveled all over the world. She has stated that on the continent, when our traditions are passed down, that they are passed down orally. This is what the concept of the griot was. Okay, and then when a griot would come and announce that he was going to recite the history, he would tell everybody, I'm going to be here for a minute. He will sit out there up to times of 2 to 3 days nonstop, reciting the history, and he would not repeat himself one time. So the white man says, well, you guys didn't exist until we discovered you. Now we discovered you, poof, now you exist, which is utterly ridiculous. And those are the words of Mama Africa, Miriam Makeba. And if you ever saw the film called Serafina, Miriam Makeba was in the film and she played Serafina's mother. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bid you a good night from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
And please play back, some of our episodes, Google some of our past episodes on Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. And then also, too, please inbox us with your hate mail. And please inbox us with your mail that is positive, and we will be more than happy to read it on the air. So, ladies and gentlemen,
I'll close this out. But go ahead and give
okay,
your
lady. Yeah, I'm giving a closing now, Lady Che. Okay, Frontline Black News, Mr. Ali would have been 82, and Dr. King would have been 95. Okay, and Dr. Khalid Abdul Mohammed would have been 79 years of age as well, too. So may they rest in power and in peace and with the ancestors. And one thing about Shabaka Sankore, ladies and gentlemen, I try my best. As I'm getting up in age, I may forget a few things and what have you. I'm starting to write stuff down, okay, because I am starting to slow down. And to quote the words of the Queen Mother, I cannot go before the ancestors with my head held high if I did not do my job to relate the history that I've lived through to the generations after me to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect now, okay? None of us are. But we try our best here on Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced and on Frontline Black News. Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice night. And please be sure to subscribe to Frontline Black News. Be sure to follow us on Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced on Blog Talk. And go to our like page on Facebook called Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. And please leave us all your comments, and your hate mail is welcomed as well, too. Okay. It's because that's what keeps us going. All right, Twin Pyramid, peace to you as well. And thank you so very, very much for joining us. And I'm going to try to do my best, Lady Che and Brother Che, to do a show tomorrow night on Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. Okay, so I'm going to, reach out to our well-wishers and ask them to chime in if they can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the air date of this episode was January 16th, 2024. From our studios in Denver, Colorado, the mile-high income migrant flooded city, and out here in the West from Sin City, otherwise known as Las Vegas, Nevada. Good night.
Peace, Chewbacca. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, everybody. We're gonna bid